Oh, hi there. Welcome. Come into my office. Welcome to My Finance Teacher. And today I want to talk about this recent news from Newmont when they are selling their Eleonore mine, part of their divestment program, and how that affects our thinking about the junior miners. So basically, back at the end of November, on the 25th of November, Newmont announced that they finally have sold their Eleonore mine in Canada. And what that mine has in the ground is about 1.5 million ounces of proven and probable reserves of gold, about 400,000 ounces of M&I, measured and indicated resources, and about 300,000 ounces of inferred resources. Altogether, proven and probable reserves as well as measured and indicated resources, that's somewhere about 1.9 million ounces. That's a good amount of reserves and resources. It's not an outstandingly huge mine though. That's not going to be a focus for Newmont. That's why they are selling it. And the annual production at Eleonore currently is around 215,000 ounces a year. So if you look at the annual production versus what's in the ground, especially proven and probable reserves as well as measured and indicated resources, the expected mine life is around 9 years. So that on one hand is good. The mine will continue to produce those cash flows for quite a few years, for 9 years probably at least. But on the other hand, you do have to discount those cash flows. You're going to get those cash flows in the future. You aren't going to get them right now. Another interesting point about Eleonore is that it's not really a low-cost mine. All-in sustaining costs at Eleonore is at over $1,900 an ounce. So it's not a low-cost mine. And do you know what the sale price was? Take a guess. $795 million in cash. So nearly $800 million in cash. And given the relatively high all-in sustaining costs, hence given the relatively low margin, not that low, current price of gold is quite forgiving to these high-cost mines. In either case, this $795 million in cash is actually pricing in gold price of exactly $2,450 an ounce. Now compare what's priced in on gold price with Eleonore versus what we see on juniors. By the way, we do discuss a lot of the most promising juniors at myfinancesteacher.org. We have a separate category for that, juniors in metals. Come to check it out. A couple of most recent examples that I have shared on YouTube are Dolly Varden and Andean Silver. More on those in just a minute, but basically do the market caps of those two juniors as well as a lot of other promising juniors that we discuss. Do they price in a gold price of over $2,400, close to $2,500? Not at all. Dolly Varden, for example, has a market cap of $244 million right now. Andean Silver has a market cap of only about $163 million, with an outstanding potential for really nice discoveries and eventually substantial resources in the ground. So what this sale by Newmont shows is that there is still an outstanding potential for some of those junior miners, the select junior miners, that perhaps have some of the best management that doesn't allow the company to dissolve into dilution. And that's one factor we'll look at myfinancesteacher.org, as well as a range of other very important factors. Again, check our category called Juniors in Metals. That's at myfinancesteacher.org. Coming back to those couple of most recent examples that I have shared on YouTube, Dolly Varden, for example, last we talked about it on YouTube was at the beginning of May 2024, 6th of May this year. Since then, into the most recent peak, it has gained 55% in just a few months. Another great example that I shared on YouTube is Andean Silver. We talked about that on the 4th of September this year. Since then, in just a couple of months into the most recent peak, Andean Silver gained 80%. And yes, both of these examples, Dolly Varden and Andean Silver, have lost momentum over the last couple of months, but we were expecting that in expectation of that decline in gold price down into the intermediate cycle low. By the way, stay tuned on the YouTube channel as well as on our website myfinancesteacher.org for more details on gold price outlook. Usually history shows, seasonality shows that gold price does relatively well into the beginning of the year, often associated with Chinese New Year sometime around January, February. Back to the main point though, to conclude, there is still a lot of potential for junior miners, well-managed junior miners, to catch up with what's been happening to gold price as well as some of the majors. And when those juniors do catch up, they outperform. So for that boost to your portfolio, for the detailed reports on the most promising juniors, again, make sure to join us. There's a category Juniors in Metals at our website myfinancesteacher.org. Have a terrific Tuesday. Bye bye.